Most people believe that being a good person means always saying yes. That being kind means putting others first. That being liked means never disappointing anyone. And honestly, that belief is destroying your relationships. Not the way you'd expect. Not by making people dislike you, but by teaching them that your time, your energy, and your needs don't matter. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The more available you are, the less people value you. The faster you respond, the less they appreciate it. The more you sacrifice yourself for others, the more they expect it. It sounds backwards. It sounds unfair. But it's how human psychology works. And once you understand why, you'll never see your relationships the same way again. Let's start with a story. A few years ago, I was the person everyone called when they needed something. A favor. A ride. Some money. Someone to listen at 2 a.m. And I always said yes. I thought that's what good people do. Then something strange happened. The more I gave, the less people seemed to appreciate it. They stopped saying thank you. They started expecting it. And if I ever said no, even once, they acted like I had betrayed them. I felt used. But I couldn't figure out why. I was doing everything right. I was being kind, helpful, reliable. Then I realized the problem wasn't what I was doing. The problem was what I wasn't doing. I wasn't setting boundaries. And without boundaries, kindness becomes a weakness. Here's the thing most people don't realize. Your brain is wired to pay attention to scarcity. Things that are rare feel valuable. Things that are abundant feel worthless. It's called the scarcity principle. A limited edition item feels more desirable than something available everywhere. An invitation that's hard to get feels more special than an open door. And your attention works the same way. When you're always available, always responsive, always saying yes, your presence loses value. Not because people are bad, but because your brain naturally assigns less importance to things that cost nothing to obtain. Think about it. If someone offered you something for free every single day, how much would you value it after a month? After a year? Exactly. Now imagine someone offers you the same thing only occasionally. You'd appreciate it more. You look forward to it. You treat it differently. That's not manipulation. That's psychology. So here are 5 shifts that changed everything for me. And if you practice them, the way people treat you will begin to change too. Number 1, pause before responding. Most people respond instantly to every request. A message comes in, they reply within seconds. Someone asks for a favor, they say yes before thinking. They're so afraid of disappointing others that they never give themselves time to decide. Here's the problem. When you respond immediately, you're not making a conscious choice. You're reacting out of habit. And habits are often built on fear. Instead, try this. When someone asks for something, pause. Even if it's just a few seconds. Give yourself time to think. Ask yourself, do I actually want to do this? Do I have the energy? Is this aligned with my priorities? That brief pause creates something powerful. It gives you control. And over time, it changes the way people see you. You stop being the person who automatically says yes. You become the person who considers their decisions thoughtfully. And honestly, people respect that more than they'll ever admit. Number 2, learn to say no without explaining. This was the hardest one for me. Because every time I said no, I felt the need to justify myself. I'd write a paragraph explaining why I couldn't help. I'd apologize 5 times. I'd offer alternatives. I'd make sure they knew I felt bad about it. But here's what I eventually learned. The more you explain your no, the weaker it becomes. When you over-explain, you're sending a subtle message. You're saying, I know my no is inconvenient. I know I should probably say yes. I'm sorry for having a boundary, and the other person picks up on that. They learn that your no is negotiable. That if they push harder, you might cave. A simple no is powerful. No, I can't do that right now, that doesn't work for me, I'm not available, no apology. No excuse. No 5-paragraph explanation. Now I'm not saying be rude. Say it kindly. But say it clearly. Because the people who respect your boundaries will respect you more for having them. And the people who get angry at your boundaries, well, they're exactly the people you need them for. Number 3, stop over-delivering for people who wouldn't do the same for you. Think about your relationships for a moment. Not all of them, just a few. Is there someone in your life who you constantly go above and beyond for, but who rarely reciprocates? Maybe you're always the one who checks in. You're always the one who offers help. You're always the one who remembers important dates. And when you need support, they're busy. Or they forget. Or they make promises they don't keep. Here's what I want you to understand. This isn't about keeping score. It's not about transactional relationships. But it is about self-respect. Because when you consistently give more than you receive, you're not being generous. You're teaching people that your effort is expected while theirs is optional. Match people's energy. Not out of revenge. Out of self-respect. If someone only gives 30%, stop giving 90%. Meet them where they are. And watch what happens. Either they step up or they step away. And either way, you win. Number 4, become comfortable with disappointing people. This one is uncomfortable to hear. Because most of us have been raised to believe that disappointing others is one of the worst things we can do. But here's the truth. You will disappoint people. It's unavoidable. If you set a boundary, someone will feel inconvenienced. If you say no, someone will be unhappy. If you prioritize your needs, someone will feel neglected. And that's okay. The problem isn't that people get disappointed. The problem is that we try so hard to avoid disappointing anyone that we end up disappointing ourselves. We say yes when we want to say no. We show up when we're exhausted. We give when we have nothing left. And then we wonder why we feel resentful, burned out, and taken for granted. Here's something that changed my perspective completely. Every time you say yes to something you don't want to do, you're saying no to something else. You're saying no to your own peace. You're saying no to your own time. You're saying no to the people and things that actually matter to you. So ask yourself, is avoiding someone else's temporary disappointment worth your long-term resentment? The answer is almost always no. Number 5, this is the most important one. Build a life that people want to be part of. Here's the paradox. The people who are most respected aren't the ones who try hardest to be liked. They're the ones who are fully engaged in their own lives. They have goals they're working toward. They have hobbies they're passionate about. They have standards they don't compromise. They're not sitting around waiting for someone to need them. And that's exactly why people respect them. Think about it. Who do you respect more, the person who drops everything whenever you call, or the person who's busy building something meaningful but still makes time for you when it counts? The second person, without question. Because their time feels valuable. Their attention feels like a gift, not an obligation. So here's the shift. Instead of focusing on how to get people to value you more, focus on becoming someone worth valuing. Work on your goals. Invest in your growth. Protect your time. And let your boundaries be a natural reflection of your self-respect, not a weapon you use to control others. When you do that, something remarkable happens. The people who truly belong in your life will respect you more. And the people who were only there to take will naturally drift away. That's not a loss. That's a filter. So let me leave you with a challenge. Pick just one of these 5 shifts. Not all of them. Just one. Maybe it's pausing before you respond. Maybe it's saying no without over-explaining. Maybe it's matching people's energy. Practice it every single day for the next week. And watch what happens.